everybody.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
I am Jenny Struther.
I'm Sean Spencer.
Back.
We are back.
We are back, ladies and gentlemen.
I gotta go out and hold up.
Come on. The lion. The lion. New man so fine. Kirk Cousins.
All right. I am Janae Struther.
I am Sean Spencer.
And this is Let's Talk Football.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy, Sean Spencer. That is Let's Talk Football. Ladies and gentlemen, we know it's March. Happy Women's Appreciation Month, International Women's Month. I absolutely love it. Shout out to you. We always love and respect our women. You already know the Let's Talk Football family values women, and we definitely have a bunch of them in our journalist ranks and doing big things, running shows, the whole nine. Speaking of women, got to shout out my diehard, dynamic partner, my girl, Janae Struther, will be with me a little bit later, but hopefully got some big news. I'm excited about that, so we're going to get into it. But ladies and gentlemen, you already know why we're here. Yes, it's March. Free agency is right around the corner, okay? The draft is right around the corner, which means training camp, all those things will be here soon. I am so excited for it. I'm so excited. I was so excited until this weekend. Ladies and gentlemen, only 40 days after this man told us he was no longer going to be playing the game he loves, didn't even last a full 2 months, ladies and gentlemen. Tom Brady unretires. He is returning. What does this mean for the league? What does this mean for the Buccaneers? I mean, we already knew they had, some money issues. They had to pay a lot of different people. I mean, come on. Who doesn't want to play with Tom? So to bring somebody in that is very close to the story, who actually told me this when I talked to him a couple months ago, said Tom, he just didn't feel Tom was done. My guy, Mr. David Luya. David, what up, man?
What's up, Sean? How's it going?
Man, I am good. I am good. I see you're doing nice. I see you're nice.
I'm doing. Do you hear that, Sean? Do you hear that?
Well, no, what is it?
Oh, guess who's back?
Yeah.
Brady's back.
Yeah.
Brady's back. Tell a friend.
Let's go.
Guess who's back? 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 Wow, 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 wow. Oh my goodness, Sean. Can you believe it? Well, I'll tell you what. I can believe it because I told you that he was not going to be retired for good. As soon as those words came out on the internet, speculation, he said it a few days later. Unfinished business. Not done. No, sir.
And I completely agree with you. And look, when we had our talk earlier in the year, right before the Super Bowl, that is what you shared with me. That's kind of what we both had, that feeling like he ain't going to go out like that. He had that great comeback where he was down, 27-3. For all intents and purposes, should have came back in that game outside of some heroics by your other guy, Matthew Stafford, Cooper Kupp. Tom Brady would have potentially gone to that championship, potentially maybe even back to another Super Bowl. Is that the difference? Is that the reason why he's coming back? Because, we all think Tom is going to leave after he wins another ring. But then at the same time, it's like, you got more than anybody. Do you need another ring? Like, what? Take me inside his head, David. Why is he still here?
I think there's a few reasons why he's still here. Number one, he's never going anywhere else. His story will never be finished. And I think for Tom, that's what he was thinking at the end of this. I don't know if this was just like a long game he was playing, just to stir up more money for the next season or, but when it comes to Tom Brady, he's somebody that never gives up. And if we were going to start filming a movie about Tom Brady's life, how's that movie going to end, right?
Yeah.
Is it just going to be kind of like he won a Super Bowl and then he goes out like that? I love Matthew Stafford and, what he's doing for the Rams right now with Cooper Kupp. I mean, that to me is just like a beautiful, marriage of players that I enjoy watching and I really look forward to watching for years to come.
Oh, yeah.
So having the Rams play the Buccaneers was a very exciting game. And I think there are very few teams that would have, toppled over Tom there in the last few minutes. But that is also a very Matthew Stafford thing. And as we know, Tom Brady loves his comebacks. Well, here he is again. 2022 season's about to start in a few months. And I think Tom was sitting at home with Giselle and the kids. He was watching some Netflix and he's like, I just can't sit here anymore. I need to get back on the field. And like with all greats, we've seen it with like Brett Favre, he retired and then he came back. I just think that when you are so dedicated and love a sport so much, he literally gives everything to the game.
You're right.
That to completely shut it off, it's like trying to break a drug habit almost.
Right. Like
you just can't go cold turkey. And I think for Tom, like I thought maybe that he would do some broadcasting or something else with football.
Right.
He's got so many other things in the works. And I feel like he still could have kept busy, but when you love football as much as him, he said he would play till he's 45. He's 44.
Mm-hmm.
He's got to fulfill that destiny. And I would love to see him win one more championship just because it's like a deleted scene in Marvel, right? At the very end after credits. This is the after credits scene right now.
Yes.
And just when you think it's over, doors open, Tom Brady walks out, and the movie's over. But we got the next one coming out. I'm so excited.
We got one more. And I love that. I love that. Now I do have to address the many haters that he has because you were one that mentioned Brett Favre. A lot of people have come out and said this move makes him a diva. Do you think it makes him a diva or is it the hunger? Because I can agree with the hunger.
That boy is hungry, and anyone who says otherwise and is not excited to see him come back is just a hater. Tom's used to it. He's been doing it for 20 plus years. He's always got, no matter what you do in life, you're always going to have people that don't like you or don't like what you're doing, but you just cast them aside, say, count the rings. I want to go back shopping. I want to get some more jewelry. And that's what Tom Brady's going to do. He's going to do what he loves to do, and he's not going to listen to anybody else. Yeah. And I respect that.
Hey, look, at the end of the day, shout out to him. Me, as a Washington fan, you see I am repping North Carolina right now because Washington, we'll talk about that later. I would want him, obviously. And like we mentioned when we last talked, it just didn't feel like it was over. And I'm glad you made a perfect analogy to the movie where it's at the end of the movie and you're like, something else could happen. You see them kind of having little scenes in the credits and you're like, wait a minute, this ain't over until the very end when it's like, I'm back, and this is that. Now I gotta address what Ash was saying. He was saying he looked back at the NFC East and I mean, where's the competition? I mean, you don't even have to go outside of his division. Peyton and Drew Brees are gone with the Saints. Carolina has got a carousel of quarterbacks. They still think Cam is the guy. You know what I mean? And Atlanta, who's struggling, they're paying their guy, but it doesn't have a favorable record against Tom in big games, as we've seen. Is that why? Is there a situation where it's like, I'm not going up against all the young guns in the AFC. I'm going up against the NFC where it's Aaron Rodgers and what else? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you think that had anything to do with him coming back?
If Tom Brady thinks anyway, the way I do, I don't care about who I'm competing against, right? I'm not looking at this from a standpoint of, well, you know what, if I come back, then my team is so much more stronger. Like it'd be stupid for me not to return. Right. I think he's really he's not ready for retirement. And there was some speculation that maybe him and his head coach had some words, but then I heard that. I think that was just garbage. Even last week at the combine, the Buccaneers were saying like, hey, we'll leave the light on in case Tom wants to come back. And you know what? Tom Brady, it may have been dark where he was, but he found that light and he made his way home. So I think that no matter what, his whole entire career, all he's cared about is his legacy. And I think that he would like that movie ending, right?
Yeah.
Why not just get one more? And I think in at the same time, like if you've ever watched Time versus Tom, such a great documentary because it really shows how dedicated he is as an individual for the sport. Like I've never seen any other athlete care so much about the sport that he loves and what he does, like sacrifices, with his time and his exercise routines and the things he eats. And it's just such a part of his life. Like, I think that he really identifies himself as football player, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people, their job, it's not their life, right? Yeah. There's your job and then there's your life. For him, it's one and the same. Right. So for him not to play football anymore, I think it really started sinking in, sitting at home and just thinking like, I kind of want to go back to work. And you know what? He's still in great shape. He's still, breaking numbers. And, I was looking at his comments saying about like, he has unfinished business. Of course, people will say, well, you've already won 7 championships. What else do you have to prove? I think for him, it's just like a challenge for himself. Like, how far can he go? How far can he take himself? And then there were the players on the Buccaneers. Today at noon was a deadline where a bunch of players were going to be ready to go on the free market. Ryan Jensen, his center, just came back, and there were other players like Leonard Fournette, OJ Howard. Starting today, they could be on the market. Yeah. And I think that he thought to give him a good opportunity to keep some of the players that he, enjoyed playing with was just so you know, I'm going to come back. Like, he had to make that announcement before maybe they would possibly trade, just to give him a heads up. Because I'd be pissed if if I'm like, well, Brady's gone, and so now I guess I'll play for this team.
Right.
And then you hear Tom comes back, and you're like,
oh my God.
Yeah.
So look, so does he bring the band back together? I mean, Gronk, we already know there's been talks about him going to Buffalo or different teams. You talked about Leonard Fournette. A lot of the other guys, maybe Ndamukong Suh is a free agent. A lot of these guys are free agents. You've seen what happened a year ago. 2 years ago, you had the super team that won it. Does he bring them back, or does he do it with a slightly less talented cast?
People have been saying this for years. They've been going, is it Tom Brady or is it the Belichick method? And time again, you look at the players that he played with and won Super Bowls with. There were so many rookies. I've always said Tom Brady makes champions. He makes MVP players. Yeah. And I think, when it comes down to it, like, he's not like, oh, please play with me. I think that, of course, if he has, if he had a good time with the players that he's currently on, he'll be fine with them coming back. I think it was just maybe like a nice thing to say, like, hey, let's I'm going to come out of retirement, and just so you know, in case you're thinking of going. For Gronk, of course, that they're just the two best friends.
Yeah,
exactly. I mean, Gronk came out of retirement for Tom Brady. If I was Rob Gronkowski, I'd do the same exact thing. So if Tom's playing, I'd want to be on his team.
Oh, absolutely.
So, he'll do whatever he wants, but Tom, I think, I heard $20 million for this year.
Yeah.
Very different than Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
$50 million for the next 4 years.
About that.
Oh my goodness.
And he look, Tom does not need the money. We all know that. I mean, for all intents and purposes, Giselle could carry that family by herself, but I think it does go to what you said. He loves this thing. He loves the smell of the grass. He loves the workout in the off season. He doesn't take that time off. This thing is a 365-day thing where he is working out. He is keeping his body in fresh shape. So even when he's 50, 60, 70, he'll be able to still toss a rock 50 yards or still lead a team. That leader in him won't quit. It won't die. So for that, I'm excited. But I got to tell you, we have other people on the show, and I don't want to scare everybody away because there's not a lot of people that are as gung-ho as you and my dear friend Katie are about Tom Brady. I'm glad he's coming back for your sake. I was kind of I was a little bit excited that our last game against Tom was a victory, but maybe that's why he's coming back. He's like, dang, Washington beat me. Now they have a new name. I got to beat them.
Yeah, you can blame the Washington team for him coming back then.
Right, I'll take it. Look, that's the only positive news. That's not even positive. Look, before I let you go, man, the last time we were on here, it was right before the Super Bowl, and we talked about the Rams, Bengals, your old quarterback, Mr. Matthew Stafford. You shouted him out all the way from Detroit. I stuck my ear out the window that night, and I heard the Detroit fan base yelling and screaming. Tell me what that moment did for you for the Lions.
You mean when the Detroit Rams
Let's go. Let's go.
The Detroit Rams won that Super Bowl.
That's right.
And it was a beautiful evening. It did get very loud in my neighborhood, and it was a very exciting thing to watch. I knew if Tom wasn't going to win this thing, it was Matthew Stafford, someone who's just as dedicated as he is. Not as much. Tom Brady still always be my number one.
All right.
But it was such a great game, and I really look forward. I hope they get to play each other again, because I think that would be an awesome rival game for sure.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And they're another one that, had a bunch of guys that they got this past year. And now a bunch of guys are coming up as free agents, and they're figuring out who's going to keep, who they're going to go. So it's going to be very interesting to see this year. I would love to see that matchup. And honestly, like we've said before, the NFC is not the AFC where you have just a number of young guns ready to take over. The NFC is notably a little bit better, or a little bit lesser than the AFC. So we will see. But ladies and gentlemen, if you do not know, the GOAT, as many call him, Mr. Tom Brady has unretired. He is back in the NFL. I got to shout out my guy, Mr. David Louie. I appreciate you coming on here and talk to me about this. I know you're excited. Guess who's back, man?
That's right, baby. Brady's
Let's go.
back. Let's go.
Yeah, buddy. Hey, appreciate you, partner. I'll talk to you soon, okay?
All right. Thanks, Sean.
Yeah, thanks, Dave. Yes, sir. So Tom Brady is back. It is true. It's happened. I can't believe it. But he's here. He's back in the league. Does he want another ring? Obviously. Could he just not deal with being at home? Maybe. Or did he look at his division and say, Drew Brees, Sean Payton, they're gone. The Falcons, Matt Ryan's there, but, we know some other issues are going on. The Panthers aren't something to really talk about. Maybe it just benefits me to come back another year. I won't get hit as much, but we'll see, because each year is different. But I had to talk to somebody that is on the other side of this, that has firsthand knowledge of Mr. Tom Brady, and also has been dealing with some other things in his area. My guy, Mr. Fingers, Mr. Anthony Handy. Atlanta Falcons, baby. Atlanta Falcons, Anthony. Brother,
you see me hiding my face right now, right?
I understand.
Now, wait a minute. Now I see why you brought me on second, because you want to talk about TV12 in Tampa Bay first.
Get it out the way, right? Get it out the way, and I'll give you your chance.
And then come to me and be like I'm on the couch in therapy. Like, so how do you feel about this?
Right. I can't talk too much about what the last guy said, but how do you feel?
That's shiesty, man. That's shiesty. You just put a shiesty Sam on me, man. You set me up.
Hold the phone. Hold the phone. You want to trade teams?
Huh?
You want to trade teams?
Right now, I might would.
Well, look, I'll send the application to you.
I'm just saying. At least y'all defense showed up and played halfway good last year.
Well. You look.
Listen. Your team is willing to try anything, no matter how.
Anything.
No offense. Anything, no matter how crazy it is, to try and get butts in the seats and get people excited about the team. Every year, Atlanta just goes, well, we sucked, but we extended Matt Ryan's contract.
Yeah,
it's like watching a Ben Stein commercial. Yes, Atlanta can do better with Matt Ryan.
Right.
Try new dry eyes for dry eyes. You have dry eyes from watching the Falcons.
What would you rather have? The same mundane Mr. Matt Ryan, or would you rather have this year? We're going to go with Haskins. He's the guy. No, that didn't work. This year all you beer drinkers, we got a Heineken for you. No, that didn't work.
Look,
This year, we got to
look.
cast off Mr. Wentz. I can't.
Look. Look, I said I wasn't gonna go Shannon Sharp, but you trying to make me go Shannon Sharp on you.
But look, wait, keep Shannon in for this because I do want to talk to you about Atlanta because, I mean, right now, I think with everything that's happened, you have moved up into the number 2 role. Atlanta, you still have a secure quarterback, which is more than a lot of people could say, but there is an issue. Last year, you lost Julio. This year, you lost Ridley. Now, it came out that it was mental health early, but then it also came out something else happened. And now Ridley's got a 1-year suspension after gambling on games. He gambled $1,500 on parlays, one of which included the Atlanta Falcons. I felt really bad for him when, he came out with the whole mental health thing. And this may still be the reasoning behind why he took his time off. But mental health and you gambling $1,500, which is nothing to you, for what? On your team? Like, come on, bro.
I bet you $5 that boy don't even know why he shouldn't have bet on that game. Oops, did I say that out loud? I'm just saying, $1,500. Wait a minute. I don't know what math. Wait a minute. What school did Calvin Ridley go to when he was in college?
Alabama.
That team. That team that got beat by them Roops the other day. Anyway, I don't know what kind of math. I don't know what kind of math they teach at Tuscaloosa. I know Nick Saban is good with X's and O's, but he must not be good at getting his guys math too. The last time I checked, $10 million is a whole hell of a lot more than $1,500. I'm just saying. You know that. Listen, coming into the league that gambling, you can't gamble. You know that. Not on your own games. Like he could have gambled on baseball. He could have gambled on basketball. I think.
Right.
But you want to gamble on football? Like, come on, Calvin. Come on, Calvin. Calvin Ridley, if you lived under a rock and you don't know who Calvin Ridley is, Calvin Ridley was the next big stud wide receiver coming to Atlanta behind Julio Jet Jones, who also is an Alabama alum, had averaged 900 yards a season, 19 touchdowns, actually 2,781 yards total in his time at Alabama on 224 receptions, averaged 12.4 per reception and 19 touchdowns. Yeah. Boom. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The boy was a stud. Yeah, the boy was an absolute stud. Then he came in the league, and his first 3 years, he didn't have less than 800 yards a season. Matter of fact, the COVID season, he caught 1,300, almost 1,400 yards. Yeah. So the boy should know I got a good thing going on here. It's almost what Calvin really did. It's almost like that dude that was on the street and he was slanging and banging, and somebody cleaned him up and gave him a little job and set him up with a place, and he got a girlfriend and life is going good. And he's like, and he goes to the strip club and he bumps into Dwayne Haskins on his way in and says, "Excuse me, right? Don't you play for that Washington football team?" "Nah, man, you don't know me. I'm just here for the Pittsburgh." And so he's in the strip club, and the stripper starts talking to him like Regina King started talking to Merch in The Best Man. I just watched that last night. And he started thinking, "Do you want to be my friend?" And he's like, "Well, I really shouldn't, but I got a girlfriend at home." "Oh, come on, be my girlfriend. You know what? Let me go sell a couple of crack rocks real quick." Next thing you know, he ain't got no girlfriend, no house, no job. He was like us. He was like Usher back in 1990, 2006. Caught up.
Yeah.
Got me feeling it.
And the thing is, it's not a team move. It was a you move. It was a personal move. And look, you and I know from just running with people and if you the man in the spotlight, you can have one of your little homies be like, "Hey man, I need you to place this bet for me through, you know what I mean, on the hush." So that's what messes with me.
It's like this. We don't know what happened in that nightclub in New York that night that Diddy was down there with J-Lo. Shine wound up going down for that crime. Diddy said, "Look, this is a theory." Diddy said, "Hold that for me. They might pinch you. I'm gonna take care of you on the back end." You dig what I'm saying? And not only that, when you come up from where you were, you kind of got to get away from you. I know your boys is your boys and your old habits is your old habits, but you have to kind of get away from the old habits, because if you keep the old habits you had before you got money, it's only going to take one dumb mistake for you to lose that money. Yeah. If you don't change, like as your income bracket changes, your circle of friends has to change, not your boys, because all your boys ain't necessarily your friends. Because I got boys that I not back in Virginia. I got boys back in Virginia. If I was like, hey, let's go hit the karaoke spot, we do blah blah blah, whatever, boom boom boom. But then my friends, those are the ones that'd be like, you remember that Dave Chappelle skit said every black man got to need, every brother got to have an old black man follow him around and jump up and go, oh brother, don't do that.
Yeah,
he needed one of them and he didn't have
that's
it.
5 to 10. Yeah, exactly. He did, and you need somebody like this that's going to talk to you, talk some sense into you. But I mean, at the end of the day, like you said, he went to Alabama, Tuscaloosa. Saban got them boys in check. So where even if you are kind of, have a rougher life outside of it, he ain't gonna let you mess up and do all that stuff out there. So what part of it? And you can't say that he don't have a brotherhood. He ain't by himself. We all know that Alabama is turning into wide receiver U with Julio and you got him and these guys,
Jameson and Mechie coming out this year.
Right. And you know what I mean? So it's kind of like, bro, what possessed you to make that move? I mean, did you not think you're going to get caught up? Like, it doesn't make sense to me.
Well, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good. Yeah.
It begs a question to me: how many people kept up with him after he took his mental health break? You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of things happen. Like, I'm gonna give you a perfect case in point. I'm gonna use something personal. Several years ago, my wife was diagnosed with breast cancer. She had surgery, and when she had surgery, we had people with us immediately following the surgery. We had people, people came by, checked on us, brought us food, did stuff for us, had a whole big fundraiser, things like that. We are pushing towards, not quite yet, but we're pushing towards a decade removed from that. Now, the real ones are still checking in on us, but it's some of those folks that was like on our elbow, like, how you doing? Do you need anything? Is everything good? It's like when you lose someone, when you lose someone in your life, you have everybody's there, want to hug you and tell you it's gonna be all right, and listen to this, watch what I tell you. Watch what I tell you, Skip Bayless. If you need anything, call me. I'll be right there.
Come on now.
You might not need them right that second. See, a lot of people say that with good intent, but they don't necessarily know how to follow through. So now 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years pass. Now you hit a milestone of that grief or that situation that you're going through when you need somebody and you look around and who is standing with me? Nobody.
Absolutely.
And so he took his mental health break and all his boys probably dapped him up. It's like, yo, man, be good, bro. Be good, young. Hey, my boy, we got you. I'm going to come check on you. Let me know you need anything. We got you. All you got to do is, and I'm there. And how many people kept that up? I'm sure people kept that up as that was going. How many people from the Falcons organization were checking in on him? As much money, this is one of the biggest things that gets me when these guys have these issues. And I know it's a business, but if you want to look at it from the standpoint of a business, the players that are on your team are an investment. You if I got a business that I'm paying a guy $10 million and he's having mental health problems, I'm spending money out of my pocket if I got to. What do you need? Let me make you comfortable. Do I need to send somebody to bring you some food? Do I need to send somebody to knock on your door and make sure you wash the entire crack of your backside?
Watching over. Exactly.
Because that is somebody that you said, I'm giving you $10 million. You understand what I'm saying? Now, maybe it's just the NFL. I'm not trying to knock the league, but maybe it's that the NFL doesn't necessarily care like that because all those contracts are not guaranteed.
Right. Absolutely. And that's the thing. When he, and not everybody's on the same page with mental health. So when he comes out with that, and then he's like, oh, I'm taking a year off for mental health, well, you're not getting those weekly, those checks and those bonuses and incentives and all that stuff. The money gets a little funny. Then people want to be like, oh, and you ain't need no good. Oh, okay. Because it takes you into the psyche. What would make you make that move to say, I'm going to put this money in? Because it's not something that you need. Like, what are you betting on? You hoping to get a jackpot bigger than what you're already making just by being on the field? It just doesn't make sense.
Even if it was, why risk it? Because if you manage to get the help for your mental health and you're able to make it back to the team and you're able to play, there's your money. That money is not necessarily guaranteed in a contract, but you get through the season. You got X number of dollars you getting through the season. And you get that money. Why take the chance on potentially you know what I mean? That was to me, that was dumb. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I agree.
if I play the lottery, I know how much money I make a year. If I play the lottery, I can't afford to play but $5 or $10 a pop because I only make X. I can't afford to go out and spend more than I can afford because I might not win. And now that might be money for a bill. That might be money for groceries. That might be money for, you know what I'm saying? And I'm 100% behind Elite Calvin. I'm sorry, Dirty Bird for life, but I'm 100% with the league. Like, bruh, you knew that was something you weren't supposed to do.
Right.
You can't. You've been in the league now. This will be his fifth season coming up.
Right.
If he was still on the roster, but this would be your fifth. And it's not like you're a rookie and you go, well, I didn't know. I didn't know I was supposed to do that.
And he's been around guys like Matt Ryan. He's been around Julio. You know what I mean? He's been around guys that are upstanding, good guys that are citizens that are trying to help him along. But then you have to ask yourself, you know, we saw Julio left. We saw them bringing in Pitts, who is essentially taking over the role. All of us thought that Ridley was going to be the guy once Julio left. Well, Pitts came in and essentially took that role and balled out, did what he had to do for his rookie year. I mean, it's frustrating, but look, this is where I want to go because we got a couple other people we got to get on here. What does this mean? We know Tom Brady's back. Let's cut that out. I also talked about the rest of the division.
You had to rip. The stab was healing up. You just ripped it right on back off.
Hey, all of us are dealing with it.
That's why I grew a beard. I had scars from him beating us up the last couple seasons.
Now, you ain't feeling as bad as that man that spent almost $500,000 on Tom Brady's last ball. That Joker's looking at it like, oh, why did I do
Look at me looking like that meme.
Right. Like, why did I do this? But look, all right, so you talk about the Saints. Saints aren't really there. Oh, hold up. Got to bring my partner in here. Partner in crime.
What's up?
Wait a minute. Listen, you must be happy about stuff in life because I know you seen what's been going on in Arlington. Did I say that? Hey, you weren't supposed to say that out loud.
You gonna give me at least 5 seconds to get on?
No. Because when y'all beat us, when you beat us, you was on me. You was on me like you was on me like white on rice in the
first quarter. I could have beat you up in the first quarter, second quarter, third quarter. I waited at least to the fourth quarter.
Not when I came on the show and I had to wear the Dallas jersey.
You're right.
Wait, look at it. Look at me. Looking at me like, why you gotta bring up old stuff, Craig?
You're right. You bringing up.
Look, I heard it. Anyway, go ahead. But
look. All right. So, real quick. So, what are your thoughts this year? Last year, you said you actually were pretty on spot. Didn't you say 8-9 last year or 9-8? Yeah, and that's what they were. So, do you see improvement? I mean, I know Tom Brady's in there, but a lot of the guys on there are gone. But Saints and Panthers are struggling.
I'm going to have to wait and see what Atlanta does in the draft. When I see what they do in the draft, and I haven't even had a chance to look at what they've done in free agency. Matter of fact, I haven't even heard anything about what they did in free agency. And I got people that can't stand my Falcons and be like, look what your boys did. Yuck, yuck, yuck. They haven't even hit me up at all. So I don't know. So right now, I'm going to stay with 8-9, maybe 9-8 if they get lucky. I mean, they might look around and be like, hey, I thought you was retiring. All right, take that one right there. Ha-ha, we beat you. So that's what I got. Hey, look, I know you got to go on to your other people's with Miss Janae. This is the first time I had a chance to look and gaze upon your uvulent visage, your face. That's a fancy word that means face.
I like that.
In a long, long time. I like to read every now and then. I know some fancy words. It's been the first time since I've had a chance to gaze upon your face since the news broke. And I just want to tell you from the bottom of my heart, as a person that got 4 of my own and 2 by marriage, I could not be more thrilled for you right now.
Oh,
congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Look, as long as you nickname the baby, if it's you don't know the gender yet, do you?
Don't know yet.
Okay. Long as the baby is a boy and the nickname is Dirty Bird, then I'll be happy.
Hey.
Nickname Dirty Bird. Okay, we can try to make that happen.
Look,
I gotta
wait. Hold on.
It's gonna be Robert Griffin.
No. Wait, Sean. I got the perfect name. Rosarian Upton. If you shorten it, that's spelled rise up. Watch out now.
This guy. This guy. You know what, Anthony? Get off the damn show,
I
man.
love y'all, man. Appreciate you.
Yeah, we love you too. That's hilarious.
Yes, sir. Oh, Brazilian Upton.
Yeah,
I
no,
like that.
I don't think Sarah can go with that one. She ain't
No,
gonna be able to go with that one. She gonna kick my butt if I even mention that one.
Right. Yo, Nene, what's up, girl?
Man, it's a beautiful day, man. It's a beautiful day. I'm glad you waited for me, baby. You know, it took me a while to get on here, but you know, I couldn't miss it. Couldn't miss the chance to get on my favorite show with my favorite boy.
You know what it is. And look, you see the background. I'm still on the clock. Hey, but hey,
like the mic and everything, though. You're doing your thing out there, baby.
You know, we try to make it happen. We got to try to make it happen. But listen, you know, I brought in my guy David a little bit earlier. We talked about the biggest news that was on here. Tom Brady unretires. He's back in the. We thought we were done, Janae. Like, talk to me.
The point of making this announcement, that all the tweets and all the. I mean, we went through 5 pages of commentary with you, saying that you were done, thanking everybody you could possibly think, and then you come back out and say you're back, and I'm just like, oh man, come on, man, you're back. Yeah. You're back just when we feel like there was an opportunity for the new school to rise up. The old school was finally going to say, hey, I throw in the towel. What else can you do, Tom Brady? What else?
I mean, and think about it. The NFC is now the division or the conference of the old quarterbacks. You got Stafford. You got Rodgers. You know what I mean? You got your boy Dak is becoming an old guy.
Getting in there.
Brady's in there. I mean, good gracious. I thought we were done. I mean,
shoot, you can't even consider Dak. Dak's got nowhere near Stafford's. I mean, as much time. And I mean, golly, Ben Roethlisberger is all we got now to look forward to just bow out. If Ben comes back, what are we going to do?
Right. And see, that's the thing. I'm like, look, Ben, you can stay retired, get your fame and glory right now. Tom, you stay for next year, do what you do. But look, there's another guy that we kind of wish would retire. But after all the nonsense all year, we find out Aaron Rodgers back in Green Bay.
Didn't I tell you, though? I told you he wasn't going anywhere. I kept telling you, Sean, he wasn't going anywhere. You did not believe me. All the hype was for nothing. I told you.
I cannot believe it. I can't believe it. He did all that wish-washy. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm not making my decision right now, blah, blah, blah. You knew that boy was coming back, you know, and he going to make some money. Now, the problem now, they franchise tagged this boy, DeVante Adams, but now DeVante Adams said he ain't paying unless he get a long-term deal, or he ain't playing unless he get a long-term deal. What you think about that, though?
I think he deserves a long-term deal. I mean, he's been holding it down for the last 2 years. I mean, that's who's all we've been talking about. So I feel like he deserves a nice little deal. He's proven himself. Right. I don't know what else you would want from him. I mean, what else would you want from DeVante Adams that he hasn't been giving you?
Right, and that kind of it makes me think, because you got Rodgers back, and then Adams said he back. Okay. I mean, you got your boys back, so what? It don't make sense. You might as
well come back. Exactly. You might as well. It doesn't make any sense to me.
You can work on that schedule throughout, or that contract throughout the year.
I know it's going to be a waste of time, though. All this Aaron Rodgers stuff, waste of time. He's just going to hype it up for nothing.
Man, Mr. Discount Double Check, he's back. Now, there are a bunch of other moves. Darius Smith got released today. They still have some moves that they have to make. They do not have the cap for a lot of these moves, so I don't even know how they're going to pay DeVante Adams, much less some of these other guys that are coming up, man. So this might be a little short-lived talking about this, but we got to stay in that division, because another man who just keeps collecting checks, I don't understand how he's collecting him. Kat, I know you're in love with this. Kirk Cousins gets paid. Vikings give him a $35 million extension.
Kirky gets another fat check. Another fat check. Washington didn't want him. Washington abused him. And look at him. He didn't even need y'all's money. He was able to just hold out, get to the Vikings, and he knew a team would pay him. He was a backup. Nobody even thought he would be a starter. He was a backup.
Can we list some of the quarterbacks that we've had since Kirk Cousins left? Dwayne Haskins, Kyle Allen, Josh Johnson, Alex Smith, 1/4 of Ryan Fitzpatrick, Heineke, Did I say Kyle Allen? It doesn't even matter.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
Doesn't even matter.
And that is a lot. I just don't understand it, Sean. I don't understand.
You know what, Kirk? Shout out to you. I'm glad you got your.
Shout out to Kirk, man.
Money.
Captain Kirk. Yeah. You like that, Sean?
No, I don't like that. You hear what I'm saying? I do not like that. Man, that is terrible.
Like that. You should like that.
Oh my God, this man's making money. He still has Thielen. He still has Jefferson. He has the great running back, Dalvin Cook. Got a couple defensive moves that need to make in re-signing, but hey, it's still, yeah, but Aaron Rodgers is still there, so it doesn't really matter because we already know it's hard for them to get above Aaron Rodgers in that division. But what we do know, though, Janae, is that division became a 2-team division. We know about the Packers and we know about the Vikings. The Lions, well, wishful thinking. But the Bears traded away probably their best defensive player, Khalil Mack, to the Chargers.
I don't understand that. Why are people doing Khalil Mack like he's not one of the greatest?
Right. That confuses me. Now, a lot of people said it's because of the contract. They didn't have the money and they're rebuilding. But it's frustrating because it's like, yo, that's your defense.
That's the piece you keep. That's the piece you got to do whatever. You have to do what it takes to keep that man.
Right.
I mean, I understand some players, but that's worth your buck.
That it's shocking. It's shocking to me because now you don't have anybody. Akeem Hicks on their defense is a free agent. So I will see if they sign him back. But I don't know. Anthony, I don't know. I cannot tell you how this man continues to get paid.
Don't hate. Don't hate. He getting paid. He can't be Aaron.
He can't be Aaron.
Hey,
so why are they paying him?
To be Aaron if the Packers don't have enough money next year.
Well, very true. So they're saying they're playing the long game. Let's just stretch it out, and eventually 4 or 5 years down the line, we'll be able to get. Hey, I understand that. I get it.
Okay,
I get it.
No problem. You keep that faith.
It's craziness. It's craziness. Now, look, like I said, Khalil Mack leaves the NFC North, leaves the Bears destitute because they don't have anything right now. Then, we're going to see how the new front office and all those things go. But with Khalil Mack going to the Chargers, that was done for a reason.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we know the reason, Janae. Probably the most shocking news of this whole offseason. Russell Wilson gets traded to the Broncos. I want to put up real quick what he was traded for. Him in a 4th round pick for Drew Lock, Noah Fant, Shelby Harris, 2 number 1s, 2 number 2s, and I believe a number 5. Wow. That's a king's ransom right there.
That is definitely showing what you're worth and what we're willing to give up to get you in our franchise. The thing is, with their wide receivers, it would be no problem for them to be able to make some noise.
Absolutely. You got Jerry Jeudy. You got Cortland Sutton. You got Tim Patrick. You got all these guys that are pretty solid. You have Melvin Gordon and Javonte Williams in the backfield.
I mean, but on the other side, do you think Drew Lock?
So that begs the question with Seattle. Is Seattle now definitely in the hunt for a quarterback? Because Drew Lock ain't it.
No, he's definitely not it. And I think they are definitely in the hunt for a quarterback. I mean, what are they going to do with who is back up? Bridgewater, yeah. Teddy.
Yeah. Oh no, you know Teddy got picked up.
By who?
Ash. Correct me if I'm wrong, Ash, but didn't Teddy get picked up? I believe by Miami. Somebody just messaged me that earlier today, and I was like, wait,
I must have missed that.
So I'll look that up. If you're in the comments, check that. I believe it was you, Ash, that put in the group chat that Teddy got picked up by Miami.
I was wondering when I saw, Russell getting in there. I was like, oh, what are they gonna do with Teddy?
Well, see, and that's crazy though, because now you got Teddy over there. Drew Lock is no longer in Denver, so they're going all in on Russell Wilson. It is Russell Wilson, and then the backup, I believe, is like Brett Rippon. You know what I mean? Exactly. So it's kind of like, is this from Denver's perspective? It's win now, which is what everybody's trying to do now, but was it worth it?
I think so, man. Russ is Russ, and Russ we trust, man. The man has like literally never missed a game.
Yeah.
Literally never missed a game, other than the fact when he broke his, his pinky or dislocate, whatever he did to his pinky or finger this season. But he's never missed a game prior than that. The man is a workaholic. He has production. I think he can get the job done. But I do think that he's more effective with a running back.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and we see what he has. He doesn't have a beast mode like he's had before. He doesn't have, who is it, Rashad Penny and some of the guys that he had in Seattle. But he will have a two-headed monster at Melvin Gordon and Javonte Williams, who are a good 1-2 punch. Hopefully, they'll be able to succeed with that. This definitely makes the AFC West by far the best division in football. You got Patrick Mahomes with the Chiefs. You got now Russell Wilson here. You have Justin Herbert, his team got stacked up with the Chargers, and then Carr with the Raiders. I mean, 4 top-tier quarterbacks. Yo, early picks. Who you got? Who you got winning this one? Win this division? Is it Casey's or?
I don't want to say. I don't know.
I tried to put you on the spot.
Who do you say?
Look, honestly,
that's tough, man. That's a tough question.
It is. I'm you know what? I'm gonna go out on a limb right now. I'm gonna say this. With the recent trade of Mr. Khalil Mack to the Chargers, we talked about this team. Mr. Justin Herbert, he's gonna do what Joe Burrow did this year. Chargers, baby. They're winning the division, hands down. Call me. Let's go.
Wow.
Let's go. I believe it. I mean,
wow.
But it's really a. I
think so too. I honestly think so too. It's a toss-up, and I don't see any reason why the Chargers can't do it. Right. With how they've been progressing and how the team looked, and Herbert just getting better and better, and you don't even see it like a ceiling for him. Why not the Chargers?
Right. And see, that's the thing. So I'm very hopeful to see what happens this year.
It'll be an interesting division, though.
It will.
Do you think they can make some noise? Let's go ahead and say, do you think Russell Wilson and the Broncos can make some noise?
I believe it makes them better. That's first and foremost. Get that out the way.
No. Doesn't make them better. With Russell Wilson on the squad, do you think that they will turn into a winning team?
Winning,
like a winning season.
Can they make the
100 winning?
Okay, but playoffs or just winning?
I believe, let me just put this out there. If they can get to a winning season, they would be contenders. The thing is, all what has to happen is that Russell Wilson gets gelled in with those wide receivers, and it's going to be a problem. You know what I'm saying? Russell Wilson can throw the ball.
Yeah.
Those wide receivers on the Broncos are tough. Do not sleep. If they can have a winning season, I do think they will be in the playoffs. So I'll go ahead and put that out there. If they can have a winning season, they will be in the playoffs.
I say they have a winning season, but I say they missed the playoffs in the last week of the season. And the reason why I'm going to say that is that they're so good. That whole division is so good. And I really think the Chargers are going to make that move up. But I think even the Raiders, who are probably the team that everybody's sleeping on in the AFC West, I think they can still make a move and lift up out of there. But I think they have a winning season. I just don't think they make the playoffs this year. Next year, yes. This year, I don't think so. It's me personally.
Okay. I don't know if it's going to be this year, but I'm saying if they have a winning season this year, they'll get in the playoffs.
Jared in here. What up, Jared? Said they had to be AFC West dark horse. See what I did there?
I like that. I like that.
But look, now I do have to talk about on the other side of this. So Russell Wilson gets traded to the Broncos now, and Seattle gets a king's ransom, but there are already some kind of trickle-down effects from this whole situation. Bobby Wagner, the top-tier, star-studded linebacker, he gets released from there. He is older, so I get that. But, I mean, you got Wilson gone. You got Bobby Wagner gone. You know, Sherman's been gone a couple years. Those Super Bowl teams from a couple years ago, they're decimated. They're gone. That Seattle team.
That Legion of Boom is what they called them, right? They're now gone. But actually, I think Bobby Wagner can go somewhere. I don't know if somebody wanted to pay top dollar for him, but I think that he can go somewhere. And if he wants to come over to the Cowboys, we will take any player that would like to come on over. It would be great.
So we're definitely going to get into what you guys lost and gained yourself. But that's an interesting thing because he is above 32.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So he's older.
Absolutely.
And he's playing middle linebacker. So he's in the thick of it every single play.
I got you.
Do you pay somebody like that? Like, would you, being a Cowboys fan, would you pay him to bring him in for 1 year and to be a leader type deal? You know, Van Der Esch is gone now. So would you do that?
Yeah. I mean, why not? If you can get him for the cheap.
Yeah.
I mean, right now, when in the league right now, you playing for the cheap. I would absolutely go get Bobby Wagner for the cheap. There'd be nothing wrong with that. I mean, he would be helping. He would be helping the squad. And you're getting him for the cheap. If he was able to be released and nobody traded for him or wanted him, if he was able to be released, then absolutely. We'll take him for the team. If you want to keep playing, buddy, you have a spot over with the Cowboys.
You do. Now look, before we move on, you already see Anthony said you haven't even touched on the important question. How does Sierra feel about moving to Denver? Well,
hey, you know, I think she like it. I think she's gonna like it. They say Denver's a nice place. And, you know, she'll probably live in L.A., you know, go back and forth. You know, when the season's over, go back to L.A.
You know, they got a house in each
You know,
place,
the famous people, they got houses everywhere. They ain't got to move nowhere.
Yeah, Sarah doing her own thing. But, yeah, that is interesting because, from Seattle to Denver, I mean.
It's not that bad, though. It's not that bad of a flight.
So, I mean, we'll see. That's going to be very interesting. That's going to be very, very interesting. Yo, I absolutely am excited to see what this season holds.
Absolutely.
But we got to move on. I had them in the background. I know they are coming. They're getting set right now. We're going to bring in the Swintons because one of the big announcements that we heard today, among other things, Mitchell Trubisky signs a 2-year deal with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Trubisky! Wow. Man,
Wow.
don't you know all about Trubisky, Sean? You know all about Trubisky. Do you think, come on, let's put it out there. Do you think, honestly, that Trubisky can do something for Pittsburgh?
I'll start by saying I think he's better than Haskins and Mason Rudolph. I think he's far better than the both of them. I think that they have the team. If they give him an O-line, I think they have a team with that defense, with that running game, whatever receivers they can re-sign. Will they have a winning season? Yes. Will they make the playoffs? I don't know, because there's been some other moves in that division.
You understand they're gonna have a winning season no matter who they have.
I think they're gonna have a winning. I think they're gonna have a winning season with Mitchell Trubisky. If they would have been with Mason Rudolph, no. If they would have been with Dwayne Haskins, we're not even answering that question because you already know how I feel about that.
Well, we don't know what they can do because obviously when they leave Washington, they shine. They get paid, and they shine.
They do get paid. Yes, they do get paid, and sometimes they go to Super Bowls.
Do you have any previous coaches that was in the Super Bowl this last season?
I like to think what they learned in Washington helped them.
The players go and they succeed, right, Sean? I'm not just making this up, right?
Look, all I'm saying is that when people come to Washington, either they see how well we have it inside or they see how chaotic it is, and they're just like, look, I want the opposite. All right, I'm telling you. Look, Mitchell Trubisky was supposed to come here. I was excited about it. He is a North Carolina alum. I wanted to bring that North Carolina to Washington. We could command the North Carolina, the whole nine. But that was not the move we made. But we're not going there yet. We're not going there. So I got a couple people there to help me talk about that.
A little bit too much faith in Trubisky, but we'll see.
But look, if you keep Juju, okay? You keep Juju, you got Najee, maybe you get a healthy defensive line and your healthy defense. I mean, he's better than he's in the average, a little bit above average quarterback, don't you think?
Yeah.
He ain't on that level.
He gives you moments and then he puts you back down to reality.
Yeah. No, I agree. I absolutely agree. Wait a minute. We have somebody here that is going to specifically talk about this. He was excited. Well, excited that he didn't get one thing, but excited that he got this. I'm going to bring in my guy and co-host of Let's Talk Football with Sean and the Swintons on Sunday mornings, Mr. Sidney Swinton.
What's going on, y'all? What's going on? What are we doing today? How we doing?
Are we good? We're real good. We're real good. Not as good as you, Simon. Right.
Hey, Sean, what did I say like 3 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago, I said, I don't want to trade up in the draft. I don't want to trade for one of these vet guys because they're going to want too much. We need to rebuild. Let's go get Mitchell Trubisky. Yep. I said it 3 weeks ago.
You said it.
Absolutely. Ask Sean. I said, I want Mitchell Trubisky because we're going to get him on a cheap deal. He has a winning record as a quarterback. Yep. Go look at his last 2 seasons. Got a 90 overall QBR, 2-to-1 touchdown interception ratio. And he took the Bears to the playoffs. Yeah. Yes, that same Bears team that we're looking at.
Now,
and
didn't he had a career day, not to come after y'all, but didn't he have a career day in that season against you guys? Did he have like a 6 touchdown
he balled
game?
out against the Steelers.
There it is. Bring him.
Yeah, I think he's a very viable. We don't need like I said, I've been saying, we don't need put us on your back and go get us to the ship quarterback. Like, we have a great defense, a solid run game. Tomlin's a great coach, so we needed to build up our line and just get a quarterback and go in and just a game manager. We don't need anybody amazing, and I think Kirk Cousins can do that. Or Kirk Cousins, because I said game manager.
Yeah, right.
But
he got paid.
But will you cut Mason Rudolph or Haskins?
So as of right now, they're saying that he's going to compete with Mason Rudolph for the starting job. So we're not going to cut him or trade him as of today. Now, as that goes through training camp, we might see that change. But as of right now,
what about Haskins? Is he on the chopping block?
I would assume so at this point now, with the bringing him in, because he was. Everybody was saying Mason was a starter, not even giving Haskins a chance. So with bringing Trubisky in, I don't see him sticking around much longer.
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah, I get that. I'm with that. Hey, look, I know you're excited. Now you have this part out of the way.
Right.
Now you can focus on O-line. Yep. I do have another question. I talked to you about this on Sunday. Juju Smith-Schuster. Yeah. Now he has a quarterback. He has a quarterback that can run the offense. And it's better than what they had. Does that sway him to maybe stay?
I hope so. I would love Juju back. I really hope we get him back. But looking at all these other receiver contracts, everybody's getting paid. Christian Kirk's bag was massive. And I'm just like, Juju's better than him. Like, why? So I think he's going to get a bigger deal than that.
Bag.
So if he's going to demand that much money, if so, I'm not going to be mad at him. Go get your money. But I don't think the Steelers would be able to keep him if that's the case. We do have money. And that was the other thing that was really good about us getting Trubisky is we were $30 million under the cap already. Signing him, I'm assuming it's going to be around $10 million a year. I don't really see it being more than that. So we didn't get stuck with like Aaron Rodgers at $30 million or Deshaun Watson at $35 million or Russ if we traded for him at $40 million, whatever, those big cap numbers. So now we have that space to build the team up, which is what I really wanted through the draft. Now we don't have to draft a quarterback. We can draft linemen and what we need. And then through free agency, we got some money to spend. So hopefully we can bring back guys like Juju or go make a run at like a Bobby Wagner to shore up our run defense. Just different things like that. I think it opens the door for the Steelers to do. And I think Trubisky can, when Tannehill, I really look at Trubisky as Tannehill when he left Miami. They thought he was kind of done. And then he went and balled out in Tennessee and he did exactly what they needed him to do there. And I really think that Trubisky can do that for us. So I'm excited about it. I really hope it happens.
Me too.
I can dig it. I can't wait. Now, staying in your division and when Ash comes, we can definitely bring her in, but staying in your division, we know there was an addition in your division, but there was also subtraction. Bryce Landry was released. Do you guys take a shot at him?
I think we're going to try Juju first. And then if not Juju, I imagine us drafting a receiver. We love to draft our receivers. We've groomed receivers all the time. That's definitely something we're known for. So, and this being a deep receiver draft, I think we would go Juju, then draft before we go outside help for receiver. especially Jarvis. I think he's going to get a little bit more money than we're wanting to spend at receiver because we like Deontay a lot. We like Claypool as a number 2, and Freiermuth's a stud receiving tight end. So it's not like we need that guy at receiver right now. I mean, a nice compliment to them would be awesome, obviously, and Juju would be that for us, I think, before anybody else. And then after that, I think it's draft for sure.
Yeah, there's a lot of wide receivers coming out the draft this year, so
yeah,
you should be just fine.
Yeah, super deep at receiver. So I wouldn't be mad going that route for sure.
You should be just good. And did you guys release my guy, Mr. Ebron?
Yeah, he's a free agent, so we didn't release him, but he's a free agent. I don't think we're re-signing him.
Yeah,
so.
You're not looking to re-sign him. It's
yeah. I mean, Fryer moves the man.
Poor Ebron.
And the Cowboys need a tight end, and Ash said she's okay with that. So
there we go.
I mean, I can take him, but I'm pretty good. I'm good with Schultz, man. He's been holding it.
Hey, Schultz is great, but you guys released Jarwin, so you need a second now.
Yeah, we don't got Jarwin no more. I mean, I'm glad because he's always hurt.
Isn't Jason Witten a free agent? Just bring his slow tail back.
Sean said, "Isn't Jason Witten a free agent?"
But look, let's stay right here. I hear a voice in the background. Yeah. You got your partner, Janae. Let's stay here. So another player went to the Cleveland Browns, and he used to play in the NFC East. Mr. Amari Cooper.
It's my turn.
Amari Cooper, man. Amari Cooper is gone.
Gross because we just walked.
Can we just talk about Amari? I just love that. He's just
no. So I don't want to talk about Amari because this is why I don't want to talk about Amari because the Cowboys are just being petty because he wasn't vaccinated. That's where I stand with that. Amari didn't work with our offense. That's what they said. There's something wrong with your offense if Amari doesn't work.
Dak was not throwing him the ball enough.
Exactly. And I feel bad for him because Baker's not going to be able to do it either. And with restructuring DeMarcus Lawrence, that just shows that you could have made something work and you did it. And now I'm irritated.
Yeah.
So
watching Christian Kirk get paid makes me feel a little better about Michael Gallup's contract, but makes me feel a lot worse about Amari's because it's like, so Amari was well worth 20 if Christian Kirk is 17.
Right.
Thank you.
So you Gallup, you re-signed. You as you told me, Cedric Wilson got picked up
by the Dolphins.
Yeah, he's by Miami.
Sad day.
Cooper's gone. Where do you guys go?
You know what? It's okay because we got Schultz franchise tag.
Yeah, you just look like you're bare. Like what's going on? This is I don't know why I just got so much happier right now.
Nothing that we've done in the offseason makes me happy. I mean, absolutely nothing. And the thing is, I understand why you would want to try to restructure Amari Cooper's contract. But, I mean, if he didn't want to take it, at the end of the day, the offense about him when you have, oh, my gosh.
Hey, buddy.
Hi.
Say hi.
Baby. Like,
yeah, nothing that we've done in the offseason makes me happy, especially with the Amari Cooper thing, because I just feel like, come on. Amari Cooper, he forced feed the ball when you have a dynamic wide receiver, when you have somebody that's your number one, no matter what, you put the ball in his hands. That's what whatever happened to just throwing the ball and let your wide receiver go get it.
Yeah.
Dog it out. We don't do that anymore.
But listen, this does beg that question because Janae, you and I have been on here multiple times talking about it. Dak doesn't like his elbow. Yes, elbow.
I would like to sign Elmo to the team.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. But look, Dak has a problem with his number ones. The same thing that happened with Dez is that just happened with Amari Cooper. What is it with Dak and his number one wide receiver? He makes Cole Beasley look great. He makes Gallup look great. The tight ends look great. All these guys are getting paid, but the number ones are getting left in the dark. Like, what is going on with that?
I don't know.
Hey, as an outsider, this is what I think. I really do think Dak is the okay. I'm gonna say this, and everybody's gonna roast me for it, but I don't mean it how it's gonna come out initially. Dak is LeBron. LeBron always makes the correct play. He's never led the league in scoring, even though he could if he wanted to, because he looks for the right pass. He's been roasted on it his whole career for not taking the game-winning shot all the time, different things like he always looks for the right basketball play. And I think Dak is the same way. Dak always looks for the open guy. The number one is going to be double teamed or locked down. They're going to have their best person on them all the time. And so their number one never eats because Dak isn't going to force that ball. He's going to go for the open guy, and that's why there's number twos and the tight ends and stuff eat like that. So I'm not comparing. So before David has a conniption fit, I'm not comparing Dak to LeBron. I'm just saying he always makes the he always looks for the smart play, and I think that's why the number ones always have problems.
I like that. I absolutely like that. I like that. I agree with that.
You'd rather it be successful than try to just throw it up and make it happen. Yeah, you're famous.
Is that how you feel? Is that how you feel?
I feel the same way. I feel the same way. Frustration.
Right. Let's go.
I do think that Dak has a problem, and I also think it's more so the convenience. Like just like he was saying, like I feel like Dak will want to throw it more convenient. You don't want to throw it to the double team, but that double team, even though give your man a chance to go and man it, we don't do that. I feel like that used to be the football way. You throw it. Even if you're scared it could be an interception or whatever, you throw it anyway. Yeah. You don't do that anymore. And Amari Cooper is that man. We're sleeping on a top 5 receiver. Yeah. He is definitely a top 5 receiver.
He was one of the best route runners in the league. It's sad.
If you give him the ball, you can't.
And I just don't think CD is there yet to be the number 1. So he had a lot of drops at the end of the year.
Will we be seeing will CD be going into that role? I know I agree. I don't
absolutely there's no question about that.
But my question is he going to go into that role, meaning like Dez Bryant, like Amari Cooper? Now he's the number 1, so he's not going to get the touches. You know what I mean?
He didn't get too many touches towards the end anyway. You saw it. I mean, it's happening.
Yeah.
I don't understand. And I also think, speaking on our owner, I think that he is addicted to his draft picks, like the picks that he picks in the draft.
Yes. I mean, making CD wear 88, it's like, here we go. That's the most Jerry Jones thing ever.
Yeah.
He's addicted to making sure that the people who he picks in the draft, do you think about it? Amari Cooper. Come on, Amari Cooper and Michael Gallup. There's no question that Amari Cooper is better than Michael Gallup, but we'd be willing to pay for a guy who was hurt all season long, literally couldn't do anything for us. We'd be willing to pay that person and not pay Amari Cooper. Or, you know what I'm saying, we're going to pay Zeke, not think about, you know what I'm saying, people pay running backs. It's just something that you don't do because running backs
don't last. Yeah, a dime a dozen. And
you can get another one, but you pay them and because he's your guy. It's just what he does. He always cradles to your guy. Dez Bryant, we could talk about his relationship with Dak all we want to, but Dez the last 2 years was falling down. We should have traded Dez when we got some capital. Yeah. It's just we just always stick with the home team or who we drafted instead of really realizing that we need to go out elsewhere. All of our draft picks are not going to be golden. Now we looked up with Michael Parsons. That is golden.
That's we gotta go in that. And we're not like terrible at the draft or anything, but it's just another look at Cowboys thinking their guys are better than what their guys actually are. Because that's just what we do. So frustrating.
Now, shout out to Jared, who said if you can fortify that line, then to take the pressure off the skill positions, which will probably be the most efficient money and way to build the offense around.
Well, speaking of the line, those guys are gonna go too because the.
But maybe thinking like other teams really breed the draft. Like they absolutely use it. We are using our draft guys, until the wheels fall off. We got to start adding new players, and this is why they can't hold up. We had a great offensive line, but we wear and tear them because it's God. I can get on my team.
And then we take a center thinking he's going to be the next Travis Frederick because they went to the same college, and it's just like, what are we doing? No. This is not the move. And now we're just going to let Collins walk.
This is great.
It's a mess.
It's a mess.
This is great.
This is a mess.
You know what, though? We signed our long snapper, so let's go. Everybody better watch out.
Now, look, before we let you go.
Yes!
Right. Before we let you go, there was a signing that there was a release that you were very excited about it.
Oh, Greg?
Yes. Mr. The Leg.
Hi.
Yes.
What's
Yo,
gonna
that-
see is our all-pro punter is about to be gone too, so that's sad. But Greg had to go. That was.
I mean, he did have to go, and the thing is, it doesn't really have to go like, oh, he's going. He's still one of the greatest kickers. I mean, he's lasted a long time. It's just we got him towards the end, and
He was just not good for us.
Yeah, we should have made that investment. We should have known if a team that has had him for so long was willing to get rid of him. We knew it was probably on the downside.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would love to talk about this all day long.
I'm sure you would. I would love to talk about Sabrina Carson all day long too.
That's why we need to get you off of here because that will.
I'm not doing this with Sean. Ash, don't you even worry. I'm gonna have him off in a few minutes because he's gonna piss me off tonight.
Let's go. Let's go, Ash. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ash.
Thank you.
Family Swinton was amazing.
Yes.
Oh gosh.
Family Swintons, baby. The next generation. Let's get it. What I'm saying. Let's go. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. We'll wrap with you. I'll see you guys soon. Oh yeah. Let's say bye.
Hey,
Bye. Let's go.
Adios.
Yes.
Bye.
Yeah, buddy. But look, like she alluded to, you weren't the only one making moves. There were other teams making moves, even if they were unexpected. But you know what? We're going to think positive. We're going to move in the right direction because the Commanders have a new quarterback all the way from the Colts. Mr. Carson Wentz gets traded to Washington. And I got to bring in my guy. I got to bring in the host of Bro Crew Sports Talk. My guy, Mr. Alex Stevens. What up, Alex?
Hey, what's happening?
What up, man?
What's going on?
Yo, go ahead. Yo. How we feeling, man? When you heard the news, what were you surprised? Were you shocked? How you feeling about it, man?
I mean, we was all going in for Russell Wilson.
Yes.
And the Wentz is just I like it. I like it if he's healthy. He's got to stay healthy. Yeah. But it's definitely an upgrade from Heineke. There's no question about that. There was a video of showing, Heineke's throwing deep passes and stuff like that. A little bit overthrown, inaccurate.
Mm-hmm.
Wentz, big guy, real good accuracy. He has his ups and downs like every quarterback, but him getting paid $28 million a year, I don't know, bro. You know what I mean?
No, right.
Yeah,
exactly.
that's crazy.
I'm not feeling that.
Yeah, but I like it though. I mean, let's just say that we did get let's say if we did get Russell Wilson, then what? You know what I'm saying? We have more pieces. Like our defense was what, 25th or 20 something? Mm-hmm. We got to work on our defense. We got to have more weapons. Even if we did get Russell Wilson, I still don't think we would have went to the Super Bowl. I was all in for Russell, don't get me wrong, but Wentz, it's kind of a good fit, I think. If he can get back to his Eagle form, remember when he was with the Eagles? If he can get back to that, it wouldn't. But the thing that scares me is the
Hold on. One second. Wait 1 second. If he can get back to the Eagles, what year was that?
I think, I know. It was like 5 years ago.
What year was that?
It was like 5 years.
Hold up. You ain't gonna do that to my man. Hold up. He made a point.
To me every time. Y'all get hype. And Sean last year, Heineke.
I was like that too. I was like that too.
I'm trying to stop y'all from doing what you do every year. And you have to remember what Wentz has been thus far. And he was so good that he couldn't get you one game against a team. Like, who did he lose to in the playoffs this last time? What was his last game, Sean?
I think it was Jags, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was
the Jaguars. How many wins did the Jaguars have?
Look. Go ahead, Sean. What was you about to say? Go ahead.
Look, I said Jacksonville is going from worst to first next year, so they just started it in that game. Okay, first and foremost. Secondly, Wentz had Jonathan Taylor, and I think he relied too much on that. Third, he, like you said, how long ago was that he had to deal with the Eagles and everything like that? There is a huge chip on that shoulder, and he is ready and willing to take it out on his old team, the Cowboys, and the Giants. Alex, tell me I'm wrong, man.
Bro, I'm with you. I hope that happens. But there's things that concern me about this. What's his name? Frank Wright, I think is the coach.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was with the
His
Eagles. Right, that was his guy, and he brought him with the Colts. What did they get rid of? A first and a third for the man, and then only lasted 1 year and kicked him off the door like that. They saying something about it was like locker room concerns and leadership, and it's just like, why did Washington even try to? That's what. Now, if Ron and Scott Turner can talk to this guy, and I mean, he seems like a great guy. Even the players, like him. So I don't know who's lying on that situation, but. If we can just try to get him into that form again, you know what I mean? But you got a number one thing, though. The Colts had a number one offensive line, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
a solid running game.
And you already know the quarterbacks that come to Washington. If we ain't got a good old line, and Wentz, he looks for that big play. He likes to hold on to the ball. So I don't know if it's going. I don't know. I don't know. I love it. I like it because he's an upgrade from Heineke. I think he can be a top 10 quarterback, if you know what I'm saying. Like he can't, because 27 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. He did lose to the Jags, but there are some temes that were bad like that.
There's no excuses.
No.
Look, all you needed was one game.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
You against the bottom tier of 32 teams, the bottom 3 of 30 teams. Houston. The Texans beat the Chargers. You know what I'm saying? Like you see them low teams, they're going to go all out at the end. It happens. You know what I'm saying? Some rivals, the Jags and ain't the Jags and the Coastal rivals, ain't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're division rivals. So it's going to be up and down. You know what I'm saying? That the Colts, it won't going to be easy for them. You know what I'm saying? But I think they blamed it too much on Carson because even though he did play a bad game, the running game didn't work out too well. Their defense, Trevor Lawrence blew up on that Colts. What were they? They top 10 defense. But you can't really blame it all on Carson. But I like the move. It's a better upgrade, but.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah. But to your point,
where you going with this? All I can say is that the Texans had one more win than the Jaguars. I'm gonna let you ride it out, but this is what y'all do to yourselves, and I can't wait for next year so we can see it play out.
Look at this though. The Colts, right? Even though people say the Colts won this trade. They really didn't because the Colts ain't got a quarterback. We do. And we just moved up to the second best quarterback in our division. Dak, Dak, he can have his highs and he can have his lows. Wentz can be just as good as Dak, if not better. If we can get
tell me what season though that he did that.
What season? Who did that? You talking about what season Wentz did that?
Don't worry about it. He was 11-2. He was dominating until he got hurt.
Well, that same year, right, was 13-3 with my team. Like my team that was Dak's first year too, right? That was DK. Did he not take Tony Romo's position that year as well? So stop it.
And he had a great running game, and he had a great team around him. What are we talking about here?
Let's not even talk about Dallas right now. We're talking about Carson Wentz.
Right.
We ain't trying to get into Dallas situation.
Wins versus that convo again. That's what I'm talking about, Ash. The disrespect. To mention them in the same. Yeah, you may have the second best because you know who's in our division. But
look, it's definitely gonna be exciting because Carson Wentz gets revenge on the Eagles twice a year, and we get to play the Colts. So it's definitely, he's definitely. Third time's a charm, you know what I'm saying? So this is his third time getting traded. Hopefully, it works out. To be honest with you, though, you want me to be honest with you? I think Terry McLaurin is going to have a breakout year. I'm not going to lie with you. I think if Carson Wentz can give us 30-plus touchdowns this year, then we won that trade. No question about it. No question.
I do agree with that.
To your point, I'm honestly going to say what this does do for us is it allows us now to focus on other positions at the 11th pick. We no longer have to focus on getting a quarterback or trying to raise up a quarterback through the draft. We can get one of these guys, a Mechie, a Jameson Williams from Alabama, somebody that's a top-tier receiver to play on the other side of Terry McLaurin.
I'm gonna be honest with you. there are some talented wide receivers in this draft. But I'm gonna be honest with you. I think the 11th pick should be offensive lineman.
Okay.
We just lost Brandon. Don't get me wrong. I know everybody wants a skill player. I want a skill player. Don't get me wrong, because there's two guys from Ohio State. Get them in with Terry McLaurin and Curtis Samuels. They all Ohio State guys. I would love that. Don't get me wrong, but a smart move would be an offensive lineman, because you gotta block for Carson Wentz. I'm gonna tell you that right now, because Carson Wentz, he'll hold on to the ball, and it just ain't gonna look pretty. You know what I mean? So I say offensive lineman. That's a smart move for us.
Okay, well, let me ask y'all a question, since y'all both Washington fans. I mean, how long y'all going to hold on to Antonio Gibson?
He's not.
You answer that, Sean.
Look. Hey, coming from,
be honest,
coming from a running back, coming from a running back's perspective, if you can't hold on to the rock, I got a problem with you. And your days are numbered in my backfield. That's me being personal. So if he has some of the issues, you go back to the Chargers game in the opener. We win that game if he doesn't fumble. We go back to the games that he got benched. There was a number of games that we win, or at least we're a touchdown, you're one possession out of it. Does he not fumble? So that, he's got
to hold on to that ball.
You have to hold on to the rock, and you can't stay. Obviously we keep guys a little longer than we should sometimes, but you can't stay on a team and at that position as the premier running back if you can't hold on to the rock. You had to learn that stuff in high school and college.
I know we always talk about, different, teams and everything, but Washington and Gibson, they've been holding on too long with each other. I don't know. Maybe I should be trying to look for the next up and coming in the draft.
Well, he's super talented, and he was more of a wide receiver than a running back coming out of college. Now, if we do something that the 49ers are doing with Debo, I think Gibson should be playing a little wide receiver too, but they're not going to. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But they're not going to do that. I mean, he's our running back. He just needs to hold on to the ball, because there are key moments, like you said, Sean, that he messed up. Like, we lost because of him fumbling. You know what I'm saying?
It says Barkley might be available.
It might be available. I heard the Giants are maybe trying to.
Yeah, he ain't trading it to us or Dallas or anybody.
They ain't giving it to us.
The Giants ain't doing that. They ain't stupid.
No. But the thing about it is, this year I think we do keep Gibson. I think we have to, because McKissick is a free agent. McKissick was our do everything back.
That's hurting us right there.
On his way out. Yeah, I think he's going to get it, and he deserves it. He deserves it somewhere else, but he's our guy. And with him not, if he does not come back, you got us with Jared Patterson and Gibson. That's it.
Yeah, I like Jared Patterson. I like him.
At a Buffalo, yes. So we're going to have to address that position. But right now, Gibson's our guy. And I say one more year, in my opinion. Alex, what you think, man?
Absolutely. Yeah. If he, how many fumbles he get this year? 6?
Yeah.
Yeah. If he get 4 this year, you got to hit the road. Something. You got to trade. You probably got to trade, because he got 1,000 yards. You can't, you can't knock that. But, in key moments, like you said, the Chargers game, that was week 1, but we had that game in the bag. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, absolutely. I agree.
Right back to him, man.
I agree.
Oh, man. All right, man. Look, we gotta get off this topic, man, because you know what it does to my heart. I know it does to your heart, brother. Yo, do you have anything coming up, man? I saw your last episode. Tell people about what you got going on, what kind of things you're talking about.
The last episode was about Carson Wentz. I think my next episode, I don't know when I'm gonna do it here soon. Right now I'm at work, you know what I'm saying? So but my next episode would definitely probably be about Brandon Sheriff, going to the Jags. Yeah. Who else? Any other free agents that we can get? I don't even know if we picked up anybody. I see that the Jaguars are going all in. The Chargers are going all in. Mm-hmm. I think there was a safety from the Saints I wish we could get. I forgot his name. Marcus, Marcus Wood, I would love to have him, but I don't even know if we can get him. Our cap space, ever since Carson Wentz took all that, man, it's crazy,
Right. We're going to have to look into the draft, because we're not going to, with that taking on that 28 mil, it's just like, we was fine before that move, and that's one of the things that kind of drives Redskins fans up the walls, because, like, why? It's not necessarily why did we get him, but you're paying this money for him.
Well, no. I wish we would have told the Colts, let's take on half of that contract and you take the other half. But no, they said the whole thing. I'm like, dang.
Yeah.
Like, great.
We was like,
You know,
okay.
that, I mean, that's a lot. And it's a $5 million bonus. So he making really 30-something million.
Right.
That's a lot of money.
I mean, don't get me wrong. There are some quarterbacks that are making a lot. And I mean, like Kirk Cousins, he's making that much. Dak Prescott making that much. I mean, they making like Super Bowl money.
Right.
You know, like they won a Super Bowl.
Winning the playoff game.
Man.
Not winning the playoff game.
It's an investment. When you first buy a house, it may be cheap, but you wait a couple years, then it's gonna get better. You know what I'm saying? You start fixing it up. You start putting a new kitchen in. That's what we're doing right now. We're putting a new kitchen in. Dak got a new kitchen, and now we're gonna start winning. Don't worry about what we're doing.
Look,
Cooper going now.
CeeDee Lamb is about to step up.
Oh, we'll see. Yeah.
Hold on. Tell me that right. Hey, tell me that right now, y'all. So y'all get rid of Cooper and sign Gallup? Was Gallup even better than Cooper?
Listen. I just want you to mind your business. I want you to mind your business.
Nah, I like it though. Hey, I ain't mad at y'all. Y'all balled out last year. I give credit where credit is due.
When Michael Gallup balls out, we will hush all these questions about what's going to happen. When he balls out, we will see.
Definitely. I give credit. Hey, look, I give credit where credit's due. Y'all did y'all thing last year. I ain't saying nothing. I turn my head when people talk about that. I'm like, hey,
right.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying nothing because it was just embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
Sean has no bragging rights for at least a year before I'm gonna let that go.
It's a new year, Alex. It's a new year.
You can say nothing to me, and we're gonna bring. I got my clips ready this next season.
Hey, look. And Wentz we trust. That's all we got. That's all we got.
Hey,
Commander, baby.
I don't know if you heard this, but we say, you like that around here.
Oh my God. You know what? Alex, my God, man. Yo, appreciate you. Take the time to be with us, man. You're always welcome. Always welcome.
See you next time, man.
Always. Appreciate y'all.
Yes,
y'all be safe. All right.
Wentz wants what I'm talking about, Ash.
Hey, I'm not afraid of it. Maybe some might call me a fool. I don't care.
That stadium about to break down. That stadium literally about to crumble.
We want to move back into that. That's what they talking about getting a new one. Oh man, I don't want to talk
in Virginia.
Yeah,
nah, keep that over there in Maryland. We don't want that traffic.
We don't want any of that traffic. Right. Yo, look, hey, Janae, love you to death. You already know. Oh, real quick before we go, do you have any good news or interviews?
Oh, look, it's in the mix. It's in the mix. So
Okay.
That'll be out soon. That'll definitely.
Let's go.
Yeah, but I will find out the sex of my baby in 2 weeks. Not this Friday, but next Friday. So,
yeah,
man, I can't wait. We're definitely gonna go live. So look forward to that. That's definitely gonna happen on live. So it's gonna be lit.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait to see the new commander come out, man. The new commander.
No, the Commanders.
Let's go.
The Commanders. Thank you so much, Ash. Thank you, man. Hey, Sean, I love you. We got to do this more often, man. Yes. I'm always down for the updates. You already know. Let me know. You know, my schedule's crazy, but anytime being on here with you makes my day, man.
You already know, man. Let's take them out the right way, Janae.
You already know. I am Janae Struther.
I'm Sean Spencer.
And this is Let's Talk Football.
Yay. Yo,
see y'all next time, baby.
We will see you next time. Hey, I'm gonna take us out on our guy Anton Benton, his commercial. Check him out, guys. Yeah.
Hey there, ladies and gents. Your local handyman, Anton Benton, here to help you with your problems. I'm here right now on the job site, taking out whole kitchen cabinets. A little bit more work to do, but if you got a project at your house that you need to get completed, I'm your guy to finish it up for you. Give me a call, let me know what you need to get done.
About your new company, man. Shout out to your new company. Go ahead and tell the world about your new company real quick.
Oh boy. So marketing Anton Benton Pros.
Yes.
Doing everything from plumbing to electrical to making huge decks to doing closets.
Yes.
Doing it all. Doing it all.
That's what's up, man. I'm super happy
Thank
for
you guys. Thank you.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
I am Janae Strother.
I'm Sean Spencer.